Did you know that 98% of text messages are read and 45% are responded to, while the equivalent numbers for email are 20% and 6% respectively? Those texts that are shown are known as smishing texts. Now, what is smishing? Smishing is a fraudulent practice of sending text messages pretending to be from reputable companies, sometimes companies you recognize, in order to induce individuals such as you and I to reveal personal information such as passwords, credit card numbers, or even your own address. Now, how common does it happen? Smishing has been very common, especially during the election time of 2020. People have been receiving texts from the Democratic Party to vote for Biden. A lot of those texts were, in fact, a scam in order to steal your private information. Now, does this text look similar to you? Now, if you respond to these scams, your private information is in risk and jeopardy to be revealed. And hackers who do this to you can take advantage of this information and do harm to you. Now, this is a situation you don't want to be in. So how can we protect ourselves from election smishing or any other smishing text in this case? And this is the Internet of Things. Hello, my name is Adam, and today we will be talking about a topic that relates to the Internet of Things. Now, what is the Internet of Things? It's pretty simple. It's a system of interrelated computing devices that are provided with unique identifiers and the ability to transfer data over a network without requiring human-to-human interaction or even human-to-computer interaction. Now, with that being said, let's move on to our topic. Our topic today is about phones being scammed from companies that say that they're from a party. It could be Democratic, it could be Republican, but those are ways and methods of people to try to attempt to steal your information. Now, the good news is that we have solutions for this case on how to resolve this and how to have people less be caught up into that. Now, the first solution is to educate the public to remain vigilant when sharing their information and being aware about the impact of cybersecurity and the risk of information breach. This is a good solution. Or we can solve this by ratifying antitrust laws against the companies that develop the apps without considering the privacy measures. Now, which one do we pick? It's pretty tough. They both sound really good, but we need to focus on one solution. And for this case, we'll go with the second solution. Now, the first thing we want to address is the ACM codes. And basically what that is, they are ethical codes that express the concepts of the provision. And a quote here from Success says, such a case was evidenced in Joe Biden's 2020 presidential campaign, where mobile technology played a significant role in communicating with voters. Now, what ACM codes are being violated here? Let's check out. There are two ACM codes that are being violated with this problem. We have 1.2 and 2.8. And according to the ACM Code Ethics website, 1.2 states that no harm should be caused, or in better words, avoid harm. And 2.8, according to the website, states that access computing and communication resources only when authorized or when compelled by the public good. Now on to regulations. we will be using the Federal Communication Commission. And basically what that is, it's an independent agency of the US government that regulates communication by radio, television, wire, satellite, and even cable across the United States. Its founder was Franklin D. Roosevelt. Now this regulation came up with the Telephone Consumer Act, and it's even pretty similar to it. Now how is this going to benefit our case study? It requires to get express prior consent before making any political conversation. Now we move on to ethical approaches. And basically what that is, they are a discipline and practice of applying value to the human behavior. It will make more sense once we go into it. Now the approach we're going to be using here is the common good approach. And basically what this is we view ourselves as members of the same society. It will do two things. It will maintain the integrity of the democracy, and the right choices are made for the common good. Now we're using the Honest Ads Act, and basically how this will help us is it will help prevent foreign interference in elections and improve the transparency of online political advertisements. It will prevent any foreign actors from influencing our elections also. Now with Honesty Ads Act, Federal Election Commission wants the American public to give our thoughts and expertise. This will significantly strengthen the law and empower Americans by better illuminating how campaigns are being waged on the internet. Next, we apply ethical theories. Now, what ethical theories are, they are a systematic effort to understand moral concepts. They're pretty similar to ethical approach, but you'll see in a minute why they're different. For theories, we will be using the restricted access theory. And basically what that is, it sees privacy given if one is able to limit and restrict others from access to personal information. The restrictions will be imposed by the government on different apps to perform certain functionalities, thus preventing from violating info. And that concludes the ethical theories. And finally, we have corporate social responsibility. And basically what that is, it's a type of business self-regulation with the aim of being socially accountable. Let's see how we use it. This is a diagram for what CSR or corporate social responsibility is. Take a look at it. Now CSR is just short for corporate social responsibility. And the big question here is, how do we protect elections throughout the state from cyber attacks, you may ask, right? We will use HB 1421 from 2019, and basically it will require the Texas Secretary of State, or SOS in short, to adopt rules defining classes of protected election data and establishing best practices for identifying and reducing risk to the electronic use, which is a good thing, but also storage and transmission of election data and the security of election systems. So pretty much with all these things, we can help resolve this problem. And this concludes our solution to this case study and the references provided. Thank you for watching.